Hi, I'm Janelle and
I'm Hal.
with Janelle's Journeys, and we're going to go to the Longhorn Caverns today. I don't really know anything about it, but it's close to where we are at Poppy's Point on Lake Buchanan, so I can't wait to go check it out.
I heard there's a whole bunch of steps.
There's only 52 steps, but we'll bring you along for the journey. Make sure and like and subscribe so you can follow along with all of our adventures. Let's go.
The sinkhole. This is the very beginning of where the cave started to form. 500 million years ago, or about 500 million years ago, ancient rainwater picked up carbon dioxide from the air and soil, making carbonic acid. That acid could seep into the earth and slowly eat away at it, making little gaps eventually. When those gaps in the ground became large enough, they would collapse into themselves, making the sinkhole, and then flowing water from a river nearby could flow into that and start to erode away the rock underground and form the shape of the cavern over hundreds of millions of years. A river like that did bring in a lot of debris, like mud, sticks, and rocks. And when we opened to the public in 1932, the cave was still full of all that debris, and it blocked off most of it from the outside. 2 years after opening, in about 1934, the Civilian Conservation Corps, or the CCC, came to remove all that debris. The Civilian Conservation Corps was a program created by President Franklin Roosevelt to put young, jobless men to work during the Great Depression, improving parks and forests. And it was CCC Company 854 that was assigned to Longhorn Cavern State Park and removed more than 3,000 dump truck loads of rock and debris from the cave. They used the leftover debris, especially larger rocks, to make the walkway, the staircase, all the old buildings, and even the 6-mile highway Park Road 4 that you guys used to get here. They were only paid around $30 a month to do all of that. Today that'd be the equivalent of around $600, but 25 of the 30 had to be sent back to their families at home while they were working here. So they only got to keep $5, or what would now be about $100 a month for all the work they're doing and for how dangerous it was. We're going to go further down there. At some point in the next few minutes, we'll probably see a bat, and I'll try to point it out to you guys and talk about it a little bit.
Could be right under our cabin.
Duck. This little brown lump on the ceiling is actually an adult bat. They're about 2 to 3 inches in size. This formation was found on the ceiling by the CCC workers. They thought it resembled a dog and cut it off the ceiling and placed it in the Queen's throne room.
That is the natural entrance that has always been there. The roof is to keep rain out, keep stuff from falling in, but this entrance had an interesting use from about 1932 to 1934. And I'll tell you. It's a very well-known cave. It was even very well-known at the time. In January of 1932, they installed that elevator into their cave, and that attracted so many customers to Carlsbad Caverns, we believe they were stealing customers from us here. This was in the middle of the Great Depression, so it was a pretty big deal. We needed to bring more customers here so we could keep doing business. What we decided to do to bring customers to our cave is we had live music performances. We had bands come pretty frequently, a stage, a 2,000 square foot wooden dance floor, and dining tables. That entrance I showed you guys in the ceiling over there with that roof over it, again, that's been there forever. But at the time, they had a kitchen above it, and they would lower cooked food down into the cave and dirty dishes back out to the surface. And we had what we called the underground nightclub. Now, that band... area, that's actually dirt. How we got dirt on the ceiling is we had a different species of bats called the Mexican free-tailed bats, and in our cave they would roost in groups of 300 to 500 per. Could possibly be a giant flowstone that was then eroded with water, revealing all those layers inside of it and carving it into that weird shape. Some say that's possibly not true, or even probably not true, so we're really not sure, but it's pretty cool anyway. This room was pretty similar. This room was sealed off on all sides. containing standing water, dissolved carbon dioxide, as well as limestone. At one point, the ceiling cracked open, and all that carbon dioxide was released. Alright, we have red, green, and blue lights shining on these. This is supposed to show you how the crystals diffuse light. And I'll show you better with my laser. If you look up there at the top, wherever I shine the laser, the whole crystal lights up because they diffuse light very well. So the light spreads through them very easily. It's a really cool effect. These large ones at the bottom even do it really nice. It's just a fun thing to look at. And the bottle of Topo Chico I noticed the other day, I could do this with a laser pointer, which is really nothing special, but falling in. But this had an unusual use. This was the entrance we used on opening day for the
Go around the side. This is one of the CCC buildings. And there's a lookout at the top. Let's go up there.
Oh Lord. Yeah. It gets higher and higher.
Is this the observation tower she was talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
This isn't for the tour. My legs are a little bit tired from the Longhorn Cavern, but it was really neat cavern. What'd you think?
It was pretty cool.
There was a lot of things to see. It wasn't too bad. There were like the 52 steps down. What was it? I can't remember how many miles she said the cavern was that we
One
went.
and a half, basically.
Yeah, I guess one out and then back. So but it was really nice. Definitely check it out. It was $22 and some change per person. There's a 10% discount for veterans. And they go like every 15 minutes. So just sign on and to the website and you can book your tickets ahead of time. You don't have to wait. That way you can make sure you've got a spot. But be prompt. We were 3 minutes late and they had already left without us and they just bumped us to the next tour. So, but it was a good time and it's super close to Lake Buchanan. I'm surprised we haven't checked it out before now. So definitely worth it. Thanks for